that I found with our website is we put a variety of videos together. We do philosophy, we do project tours, we do how is it done, we do backflips off of grottos. Well, we don't, Al does. And what I know is that by putting this variety of content together, customers can pick what it is that they'd like to watch. So I don't expect that somebody coming to our website will watch every single video, because there's a lot. Some might watch more than others, and some might just pick out specific elements that they're interested in. So what have you found in talking to some of our customers and clients about the videos that they've encountered?
Well, first off, we're a little bit different in that I'm in the field in it every day. Not just a manager, not just a business owner or executive that sits behind a counter and just orchestrates it. I'm in it. That helps for me because I'm part of it. But what happens is then we'll do some video and it'll include me tripping and falling and whatever. We don't edit any of it. Instead, show the real person. If if my shirt's sticking out or my hair, we used to have hair, my hat's on crooked, it's okay. That authenticity really helps. People like that. And we get an awful lot of responses. You mentioned doing a backflip off of the grotto or any of those things. I'm not always comfortable doing that on video, but what I do recognize is that's who I am. I'm interacting with this thing that I built, and it's connecting people's emotions to that thing. So the customer says, I saw you do that backflip off that grotto. I want that grotto. I want one of those, so I too can now connect to you and do that backflip off the grotto. Whether they ever do it or not doesn't matter, but it stayed with them. And somewhere on the website, they found that. And there's all kinds of stuff like that, that if you allow yourself to be transparent and you allow yourself to be real, the connections are great. How many times have I walked in and said, okay, so you've been to our website. What did you like? What are the things? What's your idea? Oh, I want one of everything. I want to blah, 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 and they go on and on and on. And the only way they could have known that is if they watched 20 videos.
Well, there is the story. You went on a pool appointment, and let's talk a little bit about that. From the moment you got there, you could tell that everything was on track with who you were and the type of work that you wanted to do, because you were hearing from the customers and you were visually seeing it. When you walked in, the wife was bouncing up and down, so excited that you were there, and then they talked about having watched all of your videos. So talk a little bit more about that.
Interesting. We, in the pool industry, are really catering to a customer that is articulate, that is smart, that can use the internet, that all of those things. And we don't necessarily think of sitting down as a family and watching some pool guy videos, which this family did. Very professional people, business owners, had a very successful business, but they sat down as a family because through this process of them learning about us, they started to really like our philosophy and our way. And they took time as a family on a Saturday morning to watch a bunch of our videos.
Well, let's back that story up just a little bit. You talked about social media and how important it is to have your online footprint. All roads lead to your house, which is our website. The husband actually found our website at about 2 o'clock in the morning because, of course, that's when any normal, rational person would look for their swimming pool builder. And then the next morning when everybody woke up is when they started watching videos. So the importance of having your content available when somebody is ready to look at it, and it might be 2 in the morning, it might be 2 in the afternoon.
That's a great distinction, because in the past it would have been, well, during normal business hours we can accept a phone call for you to learn about us. Instead, here's a guy at 2 o'clock in the morning. That was the time that he had for whatever reason, and our message was still pure. It was still us. It was still me doing those silly things that I do on the job, and it was you interviewing me, telling about whatever, and all of those things. And we also interview some of our customers, and one of the videos that he mentions was a woman that the first video he watched was a woman we built a pool for, and what she was saying, he was thinking, well, that's like me. Well, she sounds like us. Yeah, and so he was using her words and mirroring them. And then before long, like you said, the next morning they were watching videos as a family. But again, the importance of the all roads lead home online, having a social media footprint, huge. And then having an online house. Here's what I don't think industry-wise, pool industry-wise for sure, because I'm guilty of this. Sandy came to me one day and said, we need a website years and years ago. And I said, yeah, whatever, yeah, sure, okay. And she said, no, if you get me the computer and you get me, I'll build a website. and we will be done with the yellow page ads, which I was paying unbelievable amounts of money to. And she went out and bought a book on front page was how you built websites back in the day. She learned how to build a website, and before long I'd go out to an appointment and someone would say, "Oh, I saw your website, love the pictures." I had no idea because that internet thing. And I came kicking and screaming to the internet for sure. You dragged me all the way along here. And yet I've realized now, especially social media wise, is you really get to know a person. And that's something that I couldn't even have imagined years ago. And the importance, and I still think that our industry in general is missing, is that the video we put up today is going to get views, but so is the one that we put up 2 years ago and 3 years ago, and then every video in between. Unlike any other marketing avenue where you put out a flyer and it gets thrown away or gets stapled or put on the refrigerator, these videos, this online, this content goes on and on and on. So now, instead of when we had 3 videos up and we got some views, wow, that was cool, you could count the views. And then there's 10 videos, then there's 20 videos, then there's 100 videos, then there's 200 videos, and there's however many videos we have online now, of which not one of them doesn't have views. Now, we don't need to have 1 million views. That's another part that I think our industry needs to understand, is you don't need a viral video. You don't need a video that gets 15 million views. That's not something that you need. What you need is a video that gets viewed. I don't know how many times, real quick, and then you can go, how many times we've had a video that maybe only has 15 views on it, but we sell a $150,000 pool off of it because that one person saw it. We didn't need 30 million views to be popular. We needed that one guy to see it, and that 1 out of 15 saw it and bought from us.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Some of the videos we put up, and I can look at the statistics and I can see that 10 people have viewed this video. And then the funny thing is, we go to a pool show or you have an appointment and we hear feedback from 3 people who saw that video. So it's more important to have the 3 people who might become clients see the video than 10,000 people online who may not. And sure, it's great to have people watching the video, but it's more important for the right people to be watching that video.
Well, and